First off, I just want to say welcome to everybody. Just like Riley said, my name is Maddie, and just like you guys, I'm a student, and I know it's kind of a little weird that I'm up here, but God has given me a passion, and He's spoken to me. And so tonight, I want to share that passion and that love that I have for the lost people, or even the people that just need Jesus the most. And some things that you may or may not know about me. I'm 16. I'm a junior at Sioux Falls Christian. I have 2 brothers, 1 sister, and Eli, who is here tonight. I cannot see where he is, but you've probably seen him. He's like the 6'4" person in the orange shirt, maybe. Yeah, right there. He is my favorite sibling. Do not tell any of my other siblings that, okay? All right. Or my mother. She will kill me. And as a way of introducing myself, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insider of me and things that I love. So I love Fast and Furious movies, and I personally think that the 5th one is the best one. Do not argue with me. I am obsessed with Hamilton. Like, absolutely obsessed. Yes. I basically live at Qdoba and Target, okay? Yes. And I love chicken strips with ranch and french fries. Yes. But, you know, we got to throw the Chick-fil-A sauce in there if we're going to Chick-fil-A, okay? I'm not a psycho, okay? And one other thing that you have to know about me is that I am the world's pickiest eater. All right, anybody else with me? Yes. Picky eaters in the room. When we go to a restaurant, we're like, chicken strips and french fries. Don't even give me the menu, okay? And so because I'm a picky eater, I have to give up a lot of foods, which I am more than happy to, by the way. Just like many of us have to give up things such as a night with friends for a family event, or maybe you're like me and you're lactose intolerant, so you can't have ice cream. I know, sad. So based on those examples, has anyone had to give anything up before? Wow, yes. Giving up things is hard, isn't it, you guys? Yeah? Yeah. All right, let me tell you about a time that I had to give something up. Oh, my Lanta, it was brutal. So last year in June, I went on a mission trip to Juarez, Mexico. Anybody go on that? Yeah. And like I said, I am the world's pickiest eater you will ever meet. And so while we were there down in Mexico, you know, you got to try different foods. You don't got like the burgers and the pizza. And so as you can imagine, me being a picky eater in a new place might not go as planned, okay? Did not go so well. So by the 3rd or 4th day we were there, I was ready for some food. I barely ate anything. We got like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. That's all I ate, and my snacks back at the place that we were staying. And so the people that were around me, they're like, man, you got to try this food. Like, you got to eat something. So I tried it, and oh my Lanta, was it amazing. And when a picky eater says that something was amazing, like, okay, you just got to believe them. So it was like a chicken breast covered in spicy sauce with spicy mashed potatoes. So delicious. Like, I cannot even describe it to you. And here's what I learned when I realized how delicious this actually was. If I never gave up the food of the Midwest, I never would have been able to experience the great things that were right in front of me. You see, I had to give something up. I had to decide to believe those who cared about me and who loved me and really thought about my health to tell me to try this food because it's so good, you will not regret it. Or I would have been stuck in the pattern that believing that Qdoba was the only reasonable way to enjoy Mexican food. And I know this is a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a ridiculous example, but has that ever happened to you? Have you ever had to give something up? When I get to really reflecting on this, I think that it happens more in our relationship with Jesus than we'd like to admit. Sometimes we hold on to the things that we love, even if it doesn't seem like we love them. Even though we know that God has something so much better for us. So tonight we're going to look more at why we do this, how we can try to fight against it, to give our whole selves to him. Today we're going to look at the passage, Hebrews 12, verses 1 through 3. So if you guys have a Bible or want to get out your phones or something like that, feel free to do that. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on the book of Hebrews. So this book is located in the New Testament, so the second half of the book. We have no idea who the author is, but the author does have some really great points. The first one being that the author wants to be sure that the readers know what Jesus did for them. You guys know what he did? Yeah, okay. He died on the cross for them. And through that, he's above all humans. So that kind of is confusing, but it means that Jesus is 100% God and 100% human. The second one is about staying strong in the midst of persecution. The new Christians at this time were being killed for their beliefs, and so the author wanted to encourage the reader to stay faithful to God despite persecution and to keep spreading the word. So let's jump right in. Hebrews 12 verses 1 through 3 says, "Such a large crowd of witnesses all around us. So we must get rid of everything that slows us down, especially the sin that just won't let go. We must be determined to run the race that is ahead of us. We must keep our eyes on Jesus, who leads us and makes our faith complete. He endured the shame of being nailed to a cross because he knew later on he would be glad he did. Now he is seated at the right side of God's throne, so keep your mind on Jesus, who put up with many insults from sinners. Then you won't get discouraged and give up." While I was reading, three main things stuck out to me. The first one being is that we have to let go of the things of this world that hinder us. Remember how it said, so we must get rid of everything that slows us down, especially the sin that just won't let go. The sin that we hold on to slows us down, and we aren't able to run the race that God has set before us. You might be thinking, well, that's ridiculous. Why would I want to hold on to sin? Sin's a bad thing, right? But just as crazy as it sounds, we all do it. Just like me being a picky eater and holding on to the Qdoba that I thought was the only way to enjoy Mexican food, we do this with sin. You might be sitting here, and you might be battling with depression or anxiety. But when we surrender that daily and when we let him into that every single day, we are able to live how God wants us to. And I know this. I'm not just saying it just to say it. I know this personally because I am going through this. I have been through this. I have been through the anxiety gates of hell. I am medically diagnosed with separation and generalized anxiety, and daily I have to let myself give it to God. And I have to remind myself to let Jesus into my anxiety, to let him transform me. Because when I do, I feel the power of Jesus pour over me. I feel so much better when I do. I feel freedom. But when you do give up all the things that you hold on to, all the things that you don't want to let go of, the reward is so much greater than you think. You become able to run the race of life that God has given you. Next thought that comes to mind is, where are your eyes fixed? Look, we must keep our eyes on Jesus, who leads us and makes our faith complete. Where are your eyes placed? Are they on that video game that you've been trying to master for months? On the paper that you have to write for class? Or even porn, drugs, alcohol? We also hold on to toxic friendships or toxic boyfriends or girlfriends because we like the familiarity of it. Instead of fixing our eyes on Jesus, we fix our eyes on the things of this world most often. And even though it's a sad truth, it's true and heartbreaking. When we spend time with Jesus and when we get to know him, we are able to realize that we need to give it to him, but that we also want to give it to him. We weren't made to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Jesus wants to carry that weight for you so you don't have to. I want everyone to think of the first thing that you thought of when you woke up this morning. Was it Jesus? Or was it how you didn't finish your homework last night? And I'm not just calling you guys out. I do this too. This morning, I'm pretty sure I thought about how nervous I was to come up here and talk to you guys. When you guys come to Ransom Teens, do you think about growing your faith? Or do you think about the fun games, the amazing people, which is a great part of it, the free food, or finding the perfect guy or girl? Where are your eyes fixed? The last thing that this passage tells us is that Jesus died for us. Remember what it said, so keep your mind on Jesus, who put up with many insults from sinners. Then you won't get discouraged and give up. Guys, Jesus died for you so that you don't have to carry the weight of all the things that you hold on to. Just as it says in here, Jesus died for you so that when you give up everything that hinders you and everything that just won't let go, you would not be discouraged. Jesus was thinking about you while he hung there in pain on the cross. I'm going to show you guys a picture that really shows us what we're trying to get at. I want you to look at the picture on the screen. What do you see? Just think to yourself, what do you see? I see a child who doesn't want to give up the thing that she holds on to. She doesn't want to give it to Jesus. But what she doesn't know is that her life would be changed because he has something so much better for her. Now we're just going to imagine this picture a little differently. Can you see yourself in this picture tonight? What if I put myself in that picture? What if Jesus is looking at you tonight and he's telling you, hey, it's okay to give it up. It's okay to let me in. And all you need to do is trust me. What is the thing that he is holding? What is the thing that he's asking you to give up tonight? In order to receive the freedom that he has for you. And whatever he wants, we know that he has something so much better for us, the freedom in Jesus Christ. And I know that tonight God has set on my heart that I have not been giving my full self to him with my anxiety. I still want to have control over it. But there's no way that I can. I have to let him into my life constantly. I have to let him transform me every single day, because if I don't, I will not be able to experience the freedom that he has for me. We hold on to our sin and we don't even realize the greatest gift that we can get in return. The freedom in Jesus Christ. If you didn't listen this whole time, please just hear this. When we give everything to God, we know that he will give us something even better. The freedom in Jesus Christ. And so I ask you guys today, what is the thing that is holding you back? I may not know what it is, and that's okay. But God does. And I may not know what the future holds if you give your whole life to Him tonight. But I know that His plans are higher than ours, and His ways are better than our ways.